Gratitude. There's nothing more motivating than the amount of work that you put into something. I had my mom over the other day to watch my baby girl, and I had been cleaning up the house for the majority of the day. And I think she noticed that because when she came in while I was cleaning, she asked me, "Why are you cleaning so hard?" And I told her, "I'm having company over later." And she was like, "Oh, who are you having over?" And I said, "You, mommy." And then she was like, "Oh, you don't have to put that much like into cleaning the house just because your mother is coming over." And this little simple moment, well, it seems simple, it underlines something in my mind that had been prevalent in my household growing up that was just never really talked about. And that's, if you truly care about these people that are around you, why do you put more work into presenting yourself appropriately for strangers than you do for your loved ones? There was a story that I heard, I can't remember exactly who I heard it from, but it's about this guy who worked over 30 years of his life to purchase a Lamborghini, his dream car, Aventador or whatever, right? It was $250,000 car. He spent his whole life savings. He worked for 30 years, long days, long nights to get this car. He purchased the car. The same day that he purchased the car, he played a raffle to potentially win another car. And just like that, he did end up winning another car. So now, he's worked his whole life to get this one Lamborghini, and now he has two. So in the midst of all this, his mother falls ill and she needs a immediate surgery, and the cost of the surgery is an exact proportion with the amount of that the car costs. So in other words, if he was to return one of his cars, then he would be able to afford to pay for his mother's surgery. So which car do you think he kept? The car that he worked 30 years for, or the car that he won in the raffle? And the strange thing about human nature is that we put so much pride into the things that we work for, so much love into the things that we work for, that the car that he worked for is so much more valuable to him than the car that he did not work for. So he keeps the car that he worked for, and the car that he won in the raffle, he sold and used it to pay for his mother's surgery. And this was an important story for me because growing up, I saw this. I saw my parents struggle very hard to present themselves to the world as something that they weren't willing to try and present themselves to us as. And subconsciously, you tell yourself, consciously, you tell yourself you love your loved ones more than you would love, say, a stranger. But you put far more effort into these strangers than you do into your loved ones. And I think it's important to place all these people on the same level. If you would want to present yourself to strangers this way, you should want to present yourself to your loved ones, to your family this way. That's real love. That's real gratitude.